They mobilize troops. They torture their victims. And they launch chemical attacks. Ants have shock and awe down to a science. But there's one ant species that uses its military mind against its own kind. This is a polyergus ant, but she's better known as the slave-making ant. Her mandibles are so sharp that she can't even feed herself. These sickle-shaped mouthparts are designed for a single purpose: murder. It all starts innocent enough. A female with a taste for power has no chance of rising within her own colony. The queen won't tolerate rivals. So the slave-making female leaves with her unhatched eggs to start a family of her own. But instead of building an empire, she steals one. Her target, a colony of 600 Formica worker ants. She may be outnumbered, but the slave-making princess has a trick up her sleeve. A specialized gland called a Duffer gland releases a pheromone that pacifies the Formica workers. The intoxicated defenders lay down their weapons and allow the slave maker to pass. Now her mission is to assassinate the Formica queen and steal her identity. The colony queen is caught off guard. She doesn't stand a chance against the intruder's serrated daggers. After 20 minutes of torture, the dethroned queen waits for the sweet release of death. Now this nightmare takes an even more disturbing turn. The slave-making princess licks the wounds of the fallen queen, taking on her scent. The Formica workers surround the intruder. They move their antennae over the new queen's body, feeling for hydrocarbons along her abdomen, identity markers that help distinguish friend from foe. By covering herself in the spilled fluids of her victim, the intruder has convinced the colony that she is and always has been their queen. 600 Formica ants are now her loyal slaves. They'll feed her, clean her, and raise her polyergus brood. But as the workers die out, the slave-making queen must replenish her army. So she sends her entranced minions on a raid. Nearly 2,000 ants on a military operation to pillage and enslave. The slave-making raiders stream into the Formica nest. But it's not the soldiers that the army is after. Their target is the nursery. The kidnappers steal up to 600 unborn Formica young, carrying each larva 40 meters back to their polyergus nest. It's like a human walking 24 kilometers while carrying a piano. In 3 weeks, these Formica young will be born into slavery, ready for a life of grooming, feeding, and protecting their cruel slave-making queen.